the Southeast Asian capital city of the Philippines, Manila. I bid you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be, wherever you are around the world. I'm Art Bell for George Norrie, and it's the end of the year. So it means a lot of things. We're going to do a couple of days of prediction shows, and I'm going to sort of do a preamble to that. But first, I want to note something very worrisome. Rush Limbaugh. Rush, who is my coworker, was in Hawaii on vacation. And according to a Honolulu television station, paramedics apparently have rushed to the hospital in Hawaii near the resort where he was staying. I guess he had chest pains. This is according to KITV, and we're waiting for any further details, of course. The station, citing unnamed sources, so always be careful about a story like this, said 58-year-old Limbaugh was taken to Queens Medical Center in, I'm quoting here, serious condition. So, Rush, what can I say, buddy? God, 58. Pretty young for that. Of course, as you know, he had a lot of extra weight and trimmed a lot of that away and sort of changed his lifestyle. Unlike me, for the most part, changed his lifestyle, and you just wouldn't expect this at 58. Very vibrant, but a very hard worker too. So take care of Rush, and if there are any additional details, I'm going to watch the news, but I'd appreciate any updates by Fast Blast, which I will then check out before airing. All right. Very somber note to begin this kind of a program with. Very somber note. As you know, Rush and I work for the same company and have for years and years and years and years. Take care, buddy. I hope you're okay. Now, every year, at the very end of the year and just before the new year begins, we do something called predictions from all of you. Predictions of what will occur in the year 2010. 2010. You know, I never thought I'd get to see the year 2010. Never thought I'd get to see the year 20. 2000, really. By the way, all the ABs are very well indeed. And we've got a Christmas picture of Miss Asia on the website. If you click on it and follow along, click on the second one, it gets bigger. So you can see a pretty good picture of Asia. She's turning into quite the young lady, I'll tell you. And the last piece of personal news is my antenna project is still passing through the bureaucratic nightmare that we have here, but it's going to get done. I have some confidence anyway. All right, here's how it works. This last year was really something, wasn't it? Oh, by the way, volcano update. We have a volcano here, the Mayan volcano, and it has sort of started to get a little quieter. Not as many earthquakes, not as much lava, but that worries them. Because it means, according to the scientists, that the lava is now building up in Mayan, and as opposed to being ejected through the most perfect volcano hole in the world. That's what it's famous for, by the way. Very perfect cone. And they're afraid it's getting plugged up now, and that's what, of course, causes an explosion. You know, it's like, I don't know what it's like. It's like shaking up a Coke bottle or something. Anyway, so we're all watching the Mayan volcano very carefully. No worries here. We're in Manila, about 300 miles. Volcano is about 300 miles south of us. All right. So, predictions. Let me give you the rules. There are some simple rules, but they are very, very important. You must follow them, or you will become ejected. Now, I'm going to do open lines. That means no screeners. No screeners unless I run up against real serious trouble, and then I'll bring in a screener. But I'm not going to do it. We're going to have open lines, And what that means is you dial the numbers that, will appear on your radio shortly, and just let it ring, and let it ring, and let it ring, and let it ring. That way you are not charged for being on hold and waiting if you're calling one of the pay lines. That's first, most important to understand. But here come the rules. Most importantly, these are psychic predictions. Not, by the way, professional psychics, although they're not barred from calling. I will not have a professional psychic guest. But if they want to call and declare themselves a professional psychic, I'll put a little P by their prediction. And then we'll see if they do any better than any of the rest of you. Because I think everybody's kind of psychic, frankly. And so this is your opportunity to dig deep into your psychic center. Really try and envision what's going to happen in 2010. Now listen to me very carefully. I don't want any predictions based on your political hopes, hates, wishes, desires, whatever. None of that. And if I detect it, I will eliminate the prediction and go on to the next person. Only one prediction per caller. Only one caller per 2 shows, tonight and tomorrow. These are all very important rules. Not many of them, but very important. Again, the most important, I think, is that it really be from your psychic center. I mean, take a minute. We've got some commercials to do and all the rest of it. And think really hard about what you think might happen in 2010. All right? And then we'll have a better year. I'll read some of last year. In fact, I'll do that in a minute. Read some of last year's predictions, and we'll rate them as we go. If I get it wrong, let me know. You can Fast Blast me, but I'm not taking any predictions by Fast Blast. I'm not taking any predictions by email, only the ones that you hear on the air. So if you get it right, you really get it right. Everybody knows. And during the year, there's people who keep these lists, including me. They are stored in the Bell Family Vault during the year. And then we look at them, next year, same time, and rate them, which we'll be doing during the course of this program. No predictions of political assassination. Now, I shouldn't have to tell you that, but I will tell you, as I do every year, that if somebody some little old lady in Missouri makes a political assassination prediction, that without any doubt and absolutely for sure, the Secret Service will come and knock on my door. And I'll tell you, it's happened so many years in the past that, here I am in the Philippines, in Manila. They would come to the Philippines and they would knock on my door, and they would be pretty upset having to come all the way to the other side of the world to knock on my door. So I will, I have a 7-second save your butt button here, and I press it, and so it'll never get on the air. But don't even try it. And then I'm going to number. As you give me a prediction, I will assign it a number so that we can remember it and remember you. Okay? No email predictions, no Fast Blast, only here, only during open lines. And I'll repeat these rules every now and then, but that's sort of the basic idea. In a moment, we'll review some predictions made last year for this year. I don't know what kind of year it's going to be. It's probably not very good because we were in the middle of such a deep financial crisis last year when we did this that I think it affected people's predictive ability. They were very worried about it all. We'll take a break and be right back. Again, my best wishes and hopes for healing for Rush Limbaugh in the hospital in Hawaii. There is, the recent news. Of course, I get to come to you sort of after a lot of news has happened. Volcanoes here, and I don't know, people trying to blow up air. Oh yeah, we had the guy with the shoe, right, trying to blow up the airplane. Now the guy, they ought to call him the Fancy Pants Bomber. The Fancy Pants Bomber. Now there's been an attack in Yemen, by the way. The Yemenis are trying to clear out Al-Qaeda. Good luck. All right, looking at some of the predictions you made last year for this year. Let's see how you did. Number one was aliens land in Memphis. I didn't notice that occurred. Did any of you? So we're going to call that, that's bonk. See, that's the kind of thing that, I mean, fine. If you really, really, really think aliens are going to land in Memphis, Tennessee, then fine. But, if you make that kind of prediction, it's probably going to be a bonk. Number two, nuclear device detonates in the U.S. We've had that prediction every year. That's a big bonk. Three, new monarch on the English throne. No. Bonk. Number four. Let's see. Something about a representative from Congress would be hypnotized and report a UFO sighting. And I think that's a bonk, but if that happens, somebody let me know. Remember, you can go to the website and fast blast me. Number five, a major earthquake in a West Coast city. Now, you would think that would have been a ding because there almost always is some kind of major earthquake, but I'm bonking it because there really wasn't. Number six, U.S. and Canada become more socialist. Yeah, I'll give that a ding. That's the first ding, number six. U.S. and Canada become more socialist. And I'll do that without comment. Economy, number seven. Economy flounders / depression. Well, yeah, I guess I would have to ding that. It certainly floundered. I don't know about a depression, although it was close. Number eight, if you're unemployed, certainly it was pretty depressive. Number eight, harsh winter, food shortages. Well, that's a tentative bonk, I think. The winter was about average, I guess, and I don't think there were any food shortages major ones that I'm aware of. Number nine, nuclear device goes off in the Saudi oil fields. That would have been a big one, and that's thankfully a bonk. That's number 9. Number 10, Obama honeymoon over by October. Okay, I'm going to give that a ding because the approval numbers for Obama certainly by October were plunging. So I think that's a tentative ding. Number 11, proof that Bigfoot exists. Bonk. Bonkety bonk. Number 12, Coast listeners form Insomniacs Club. Coast listeners are an Insomniacs Club, but, that's a bonk because I know of no club formation. Number 13, the year of the homicide. I actually took the time to check on this, and that's a big bonk because homicides actually went down in the United States. In fact, I should tell you a little story. I'll hold it. No, I won't. I'll tell it now. Let's see. We were watching a movie last night here about some pedophile. It was a typical story, like so many movies about a pedophile in some part of the U.S., a little girl, and it was a very sad story. And we started talking about that kind of crime, and then crime in general here, where I am, for example, in the Philippines, versus the United States. And so I went to Google, and I started trying anyway, to look this stuff up. First, pedophilia, because it doesn't really go on here. I'm not saying there isn't any, but it doesn't really, as a general rule, go on here. There has been a lot of human trafficking and that kind of thing, but in terms of, can I call it personal pedophilia or that sort of thing, it really doesn't go on here. And then I started looking at general crime statistics, and I think there's there's a big impression out there that the Philippines is crime-riddled. Well, it's not. It's really not. The crime stats here are extremely low. Now, there are other areas where I don't know that you'd want to say this country excels, but graft and bribery and that kind of thing, there's a ton of it here. But in terms of crimes against property, crimes against people, crimes, murder, robbery, those sorts of crimes, just very, very, very much lower than the United States. Not as low, for example, as Japan, but not far away. You can look it up on the web, and I was pretty shocked. I too thought there was. Now, of course, there are terrorists here, and if you go down to the southern part of the Philippines, you could lose your head or something. Down to Mindanao, there's been quite a bit of trouble. We had the Apatuan slaughter down in Mindanao, that kind of thing. But as a general rule, crime, breaking into homes, stealing cars, that sort of thing, very much lower here for some reason, whatever reason. I guess it's, I don't know what it is, frankly. It's worth pondering. All right, we're going to start taking predictions. That's what I got down to number 13. Number 14, commercial real estate folds. That's a kind of a ding. It didn't die as badly as some people thought. Number 15, 15% inflation by the third to fourth quarter. Bonk. No way. Not even close. All right. Once again, it's going to be open lines. You know the numbers. If you don't, you should. Well, let me give them to you. We haven't given them out yet. West of the Rockies, 1-800-618-8255. East of the Rockies, 1-800-825-5033. First-time caller line, we've got a bunch of those. Or one of those, rather. 1-818-501-4721. Wildcard lines, we do have a bunch of those. Area code 818-501-4109. The international line from anywhere in the world. Contact the AT&T operator and tell her you want to call 800-893-0903. And again, I will assign a number to each prediction. So who will get the honor of making prediction number 1 for the year 2010? Somebody on the wild card line. Hello there. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to talk to you, Mr. Bell. I'm calling from Salem, Oregon.
Salem,
and my name is Tom. Yep.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom, you're going to get the honor of making the first prediction for the next year.
Thank you. Here's my prediction. Israel will attack Iraq's nuclear weapons facilities in a nighttime blitzkrieg in the month of December. This will cause a worldwide panic in the financial markets, thus moving gold to over $2,000 an ounce.
Really? You don't sell gold, do you?
Nope. I don't have anything to do with it. I wish I had some money to put in it, but I don't, Art.
All right. Israel attacks Iraq. Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
From where did you get this prediction?
I just had a thought or a dream about it, and I saw planes hitting something in Iraq, and so I just assumed it was Israel, that they got set up with those facilities being completed and threatened by that country.
Do you think that Israel will ask the United States permission to attack? In other words, notify us first, or at least ask something?
No, this will be completely something they're not going to talk to anyone about. It's going to be silent.
Do you think that would lead to a wider war?
I don't think it will lead to a wider war. I don't see that happening. It being a wider war in the world. But I do see it affecting, like I said in the last part of that, the financial markets in an adverse way. It'll be like a sting type effect. Like it'll be just for a little while. The financial markets are going to go crazy, and then it will settle back down again. That's my thought.
And then, how do you think Iran would respond to such an attack?
Iran will do a bunch of saber rattling and saying a bunch of threatening stuff. Their normal thing. They already do that, I think, in the world, and the world knows that. And that will continue. And but they won't go any further with that. But they're sure going to make it sound like they're going to do this and that and other thing. But they're going to be quieter because of pressure, actually, I think, from Russia on that deal. And through I guess I'll put this word, through the back door of Russia.
Well, there's also sort of a general knowledge about how many nuclear devices Israel has buried in the desert. So,
right. But I think that on the answer that question about them saber rattling and why they're not going to do anything too major is that Russia's going to talk to them quietly behind closed doors and say, you're not going to do this. I think that's where that will end up with them, and they'll back off.
Well, I would hope so. I think you could easily be right. I know they're on the verge of it. All right, Tom, you made prediction number 1, buddy. Thank you very, very much. And we will accelerate with the prediction taking and reading as the program continues. Again, I want these to be from your psychic center, so dig deep, everybody. From Manila in the Philippines, I'm Art Bell. Here I am. We're doing predictions for 2010. This is the annual prediction show, 1 of 2, actually. And for those who tuned in late, very quickly, I'm going to go through this very quickly. The rules are, this is the most important, that it come from your psychic center, that it not be a political hope, hate, wish, whatever. An honest psychic prediction. That way we have the best opportunity to have a good year, right? Only 1 prediction per caller, only 1 caller for the 2 days of this show. No predictions of political assassination. Not only will I zap it out, but, I'll zap you out too. Predictions only taken on the air. No predictions on Fast Blast, no predictions on email. Only ones taken here on the air and numbered. And it'll be done in an open line fashion. In other words, no screener. So be nice. Predictions continue in a moment. All right, just a very quick update. Rush apparently is resting comfortably now. That's good news, and appreciates your prayers and good wishes. Rush was admitted to a hospital in Hawaii, where he was on vacation with chest pains, but apparently he's resting comfortably, so that is potentially good news. All right, let's get this thing really underway. We've got the first prediction. Let's do the next one. On the first-time caller line, you're on the air. Cheerio. Where are you?
Hi.
Hi there. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Motor City.
Detroit.
Yes, and oh my God, for the last 6 years I've been trying to get through, and tonight is my night. I'm celebrating. I admire you and love you as a host. Definitely, but I have a very shaky prediction to make for this year. I am a prophetess, and I do receive messages from the Lord. Sometimes it's basic instinct, sometimes it's of spiritual nature. In the city of New York, there will be a terrorist move on the subway unit.
Let's see. Subway. Okay.
Yes, the subways of New York need to be heavily guarded. A terrorist incident is going to occur. I see the month of March as being a strong possibility with the Easter holiday coming in. This is going to happen.
I think there's no doubt terrorism is going to be on the rise, and it's going to probably, if I were to make a prediction, I'm not going to, but I think it's going to sort of escalate, but then de-escalate from the big 911 kind of attack.
Yes.
Down to smaller, the kind of thing you're talking about, subway attacks, maybe individual aircraft, that kind of thing. Yes?
That's right. Remember in Japan in the early 90s when this terrorist, man, I cannot remember his name, made a move on the Tokyo subway. It's going to be a typical to the same thing, and I would urge the United States and Homeland Security to tighten up those forces because it's going to be planned. If it's not, protected and guarded heavily, it's going to take a strong toll of human casualties.
All right. Well, I really appreciate the prediction, and it is number 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. All right. Well, there you have it. An attack on the subway in New York City. Yeah, it'll probably move in that direction, I think. And we're going to have to continue this war on terror, and we're going to have to. So what the president's doing, for example, in Afghanistan, I think is what has to be done, and probably what should have been done a long time ago. I've always wondered why we went after Iraq when Afghanistan was hiding most of the really bad guys, and it looks like other countries now as well. So the delay in really going after them, I think, allowed them to sort of regather, even though they're weakened by a lot of what we did, they're regathering and spreading out to other countries. And if we don't stop it, they will eventually stop us. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello there.
Art, how are you? Happy New Year.
Very same to you, sir. Where are you?
I'm in Los Gatos, California. My name's Brian.
Okay, Brian, you have the honor of prediction number 3.
Terrific. Well, listen, I'm not prone to vision. You know, I'm not a psychic or anything, but about 5 years ago, I had a vision where I actually was awake and my eyes were closed, and I saw the city. I was flying in this vision. I saw like a flicker of light in my eyes, and then I looked at the light, and I saw like a city underneath it, and it would like shape. All the streets were shaped like a bicycle wheel. And I looked up, and there were 7 to 10 skyscrapers up the front, and I saw like a square-shaped building look like a picture frame, and then I saw a bomb go off, like a hydrogen bomb. And I've been following it on the internet. I've been using Google Earth for like the last 5 years, and I've watched the skyline in Paris form this exact picture. And this year, I looked at it earlier this year, a couple months ago, and I saw that the skyscrapers that I saw in this vision are there now. And there was an atomic bomb went off in Paris. And I not only saw it 3 times. I had the same vision 3 times, but from different perspectives.
Well, let me just point out to you, did you then see your own death?
No, I was like watching.
Because if you were close enough in an airplane to see a hydrogen bomb go off in Paris, your plane would be, disintegrated.
Yeah, I was actually flying in the vision.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
At least until the shockwave.
Yeah, I was like not flying in an airplane. I was just like flying over the ground. I mean,
Oh, I see. You were flying sort of out of body.
Yeah, it was like an out of body experience.
Okay, well, you might survive then. Who knows? All right. It's prediction number 3. A nuclear attack on Paris. I'm not wild about the French either, but I certainly never wish that on them. Okay, let's go to west of the Rockies. You are on the air. Good morning. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Bell.
That would be me.
This is Gareth Brown from Aliso Viejo in California. My prediction is that the United States is going to have a different form of currency. In other words, in the barter system, they will still use cash for people who are in the upper echelon, but I believe that there will be more of a barter system for people in the lower echelon. That is.
Mm-hmm. So that's sort of economic doomsday.
I believe it's not a doomsday.
Well, yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, look, if it descends all the way to the barter system, and I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but that would be pretty near economic doomsday.
It will be equality for the people who can't have cash.
Okay, all right. I've got it. Prediction number 4. And I maintain what I just said. If it descended to the barter system, that would be virtually economic doomsday. I suppose there's a lot to worry about with the dollar. There are countries now that are considering the possibility of no longer using the dollar as the main sort of world currency. And, of course, we've got so many dollars printed up that one has to worry about inflation somewhere down the line. They've somehow kept a cap on it thus far, and to me, that's absolutely amazing. Okay, let's go. And I believe this would be east of the Rockies. You are on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, I was just doing the prediction thing.
You bet. Number 5 is what it'll be.
Okay.
Where are you? I need to ask because I don't know.
North Carolina.
Okay. Oh, North Carolina. Okay, my birth state. Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking NSPD will be initiated. NSPD 51.
I have no idea what that is.
The National Security Presidential Directive 51. It's a.
Would you turn your radio off, please? Everybody do that as soon as you connect. I mean, it's like the first thing you have to do is turn your radio off, or I hear an echo. So if NSPD 51 was initiated, what would happen?
I think it's just it's nicknamed dictator directives. and it's a kind of a Bush got it put through in 2007, and it's in case of an emergency, natural or man-made, president can take over without going through Congress and initiate whatever martial law, whatever executive orders.
Yeah, that sounds a little like sort of a political. I mean, how did this?
Yeah, that's true. We can't get political. That's right.
No, I didn't say you couldn't get political, but it sounds like,
I'm not saying I'm against it or for it. I'm just, putting it out there. But I understand that.
This came to you as a psychic prediction as opposed to something? No,
it didn't. I'm not a psychic.
Okay, I'm erasing it.
Okay. Well,
No, that's political.
If I can think of something else, I'll call back and I'll let you know.
Oh no, you've already blown your call. I mean, that's it. So have a good year, sir, and take care. That would have been number 5, but I'm Xing it out because that's sort of a political commentary more than it is a psychic prediction. So there you go. See, that's how you can lose. That's how you can lose. I'm not allowing that kind of prediction. Let's go to a wild card line and say, top of the morning, you're on the air.
Hi, Art.
Yes. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Wisconsin.
And your first name?
My name's George.
Okay. And your prediction will be number 6.
My prediction is that one of the top stories of 2010 will be a black American male is going to receive a double hand transplant, and the donor is going to be a white male.
And how did this prediction come to you?
It just came in my head when I was thinking about the future, what's going to happen next year, and what's going to be the big stories.
Hand transplant, double hand transplant.
And he's going to become sort of like a celebrity, I guess, because of that.
Yeah, I guess there would be some celebrity attached to that. All right, thank you very much. A weird one. Double hand transplant. Interracial at that. Strange. Okay, first time caller line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, I'm calling about prediction.
Yes, well, that's what we're here for. So your prediction, if you make it, will be number 6.
I drew a card, and I think that the autistic people something will happen where they'll be able to wake up or interact more with us.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting prediction. So in other words, they discover some kind of cause, perhaps, and then cure for autism, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the energy. I'm feeling like energy, like there's something will happen where the stress.
I've got it. All right, thank you very much. That's number 6. And that would be wonderful. As you know, there is a virtual epidemic of autism, and nobody really knows what it is. There are a lot of people who think it's immunizations. Of course, doctors say that's nonsense. But, it was interesting as Asia began to get her immunizations, just to play it safe, instead of letting them, load her up as they tend to do with 2 or 3 at a time, I said, what's the harm in spreading it out? So that's, as a parent, we discussed it. I discussed it with a doctor, and we sort of spread them out a little bit more. And she's through just about all of her immunizations now. She's now at 2.5 years old. And by the way, once again, there is a picture taken at Christmas of Asia on the website, and you can click on it and then click again, and it gets bigger. So take a look. That's now Asia at 2.5 years of age. If there would be help for autism, that would indeed be a wonderful thing. I believe this would be the international line. You're on the air.
Hey, Art, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Where are you?
I'm in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Oh, of course I have. Sure.
Oh, great. It's up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, my prediction for this year is we're going to have one of the coldest winters on record. Yeah, I believe so.
How's it doing so far?
Oh, it's been cold up here.
How cold?
Oh, it's in the Celsius range. It's been about minus 30, minus 40, quite a bit.
Good.
Yeah, it's been cold.
Well, outside right now it's about 79, 80 degrees here.
Oh, wow. I wish.
Just thought I'd rub it in a little bit.
Well,
all right,
I mean,
so
that warms the bones anyways.
Yeah. Your prediction is number 7, one of the coldest winters on record. That certainly would dim the view of the global warming folks, eh?
It sure would. You know, they say El Nino this year. I don't know if I believe them.
Mm-hmm. Well, we sure had the year of the typhoon over here where I am.
Yes, it's been a scary year for you guys.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a very strange year over here. Okay, thank you very much. By the way, we went through martial law. I don't know if you followed it in the news or not, but we had martial law imposed, not here in Manila, but down on Mindanao during the Apatuan massacre, the alleged killing of a lot of people. It was 57 they finally settled on. It was kind of it wasn't an Al-Qaeda deal at all. It was a political family feud, and so the president here imposed martial law down there for. It only went on for, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. But it was weird. I mean, you know, I was here in the Philippines last time there was martial law. I was here when Marcos was here a very long time ago. And so this would be the second time I was in country during martial law. And you didn't notice any change here in Manila, of course, but down there it was pretty rough. First time caller line, you are on the air. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Art.
Yes.
Yeah. Last spring I had a vision, and I've never had anything like this happen to me before. This is Andy from Elkhart, Illinois.
Yes, Andy.
Anyway, I went to lay down and take a nap, and all of a sudden it was like a video turned on. And I just pictured this, my son-in-law running into the bedroom saying, Dad, get up, you need to see this. And I walk out, go running to the front door, and the ground is just opening up, and geysers of dirt and debris shooting out of the ground, and the sky is just bright orange, and clouds are just flying by. And it was, I thought maybe it was that spring, but because my grandson looked to be about the age he is now.
Okay,
and
so what was happening?
This spring. Just massive earthquakes, and just the sky was bright orange, and it was just something massive going on. And then about 3 nights later, my wife and I both had the identical dream that we were in town, and a particular hospital that we both used to work at was collapsing. And I think they're tied together, but we both had the identical same dream.
That's weird. All right. Well, listen, I've got it down. It's prediction number 8: massive earthquakes. I've kind of always had that fear myself. I don't know. Anybody else sort of down with that? I mean, the ground opening up. I've always had a fear of like a giant crack in the ground opening up and then just falling down. I don't know. I don't like that one. That's been one of my basic. Everybody has a few basic fears, and that's one of mine. The ground sort of cracking open and then me falling into a big hole. All right, predictions for the year 2010. That's what we're up to. From the other side of the world, from the majority of you, Manila and the Philippines, I am Art Bell. Indeed, here I am. Okay, we're doing predictions, the annual prediction show for the year 2010. 10, just ahead of us. And I know this is repetitive and sickening to hear again and again, but I'll do it very quickly. Most important, these predictions should come from your psychic center, not political hopes, hates, wishes, that sort of thing. One prediction per caller, only one caller for the 2 days. No predictions of political assassination. Predictions only on the air. Only the ones taken here on the air and assigned a number. So everything's straight up, right? No email predictions, no fast blast predictions, and all done on open lines, no call screener. So that's the deal. And we're reviewing. Let me review a few more predictions from last year. Number 16, Obama will nationalize the electric companies. Well, he didn't do that. Bonk. Number 17, September 15th, there'll be a nationwide pandemic. The world, in fact. I'm going to give that a ding because that was H1N1, so certainly we've got a worldwide pandemic. That's fair to say. 18, flooding for the South. I think that's a ding. There was a lot of flooding in the South, right? So, tentative ding for that. Number 19, SETI signal detected. Bonk. No SETI signal that I'm aware of. I'd be all over that. Number 20, government takes gold back. Bonk. They didn't do it, did they? So, remember, with these predictions, be careful. Now, again, I think last year a lot of it was, colored by the financial disaster. Number 21, the moon will get brighter. I wonder how that would happen. It's bonk. As far as I know, it hasn't. Number 22, new moon 09. Oh, there'd be the rapture and first contact. Well, no rapture. No first contact. That's definitely a bonk. Number 23, Chrysler and GM merge by October. Well, that didn't happen. That's a bonk. Lots of trouble there, but it didn't happen. Let's see. Number 24 is Cocker Spaniel in the White House as first dog. I don't think that happened. So that's a bonk. I'm not sure what the first dog is. I haven't paid attention to that. So if I'm wrong about that, let me know. Number 25, Pacific Northwest forests die. That also would be a bonk. So, again, if I'm wrong on any of these, I could have missed any of these. So just let me know by Fast Blast. But I think generally I'm correct. All right, in a moment, we will continue with your psychic predictions for the year 2010. And back to the predictions we go. We're predicting for 2010. Please make it from your psychic center, not your political center, if possible. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Top of the morning.
Hi, Art Bill.
Hi, turn your radio off, please.
Yes, sir.
Or whoever's in the background there. Okay, what is your first name and where are you?
Stanley, I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. You'll be prediction maker number 9.
I think Israel is going to attack Iran and strike those nuclear bases, and Russia will be declared a new superpower.
Okay, on Israel attacking Iran. That seems logical. Hold on a second. Hold on. How does Russia, with its financial disaster, become a superpower, just out of curiosity?
Well, I guess they will deploy their military abilities to protect Iran.
Oh, well, that would bring on the possibility of a war, maybe even a world war.
And America will not react.
That's an interesting possibility. All right. Thank you very much. That's prediction number 9. And America would not intervene. Certainly one could see Israel attacking Iran's nuclear capability. You would think after a while they get tired of building this stuff and then having to rebuild it again. But you can certainly see Israel doing that. I can't see Russia getting in the middle of it. But you never know. You never know. The way the world works, I mean, you think that the Cold War is over. You think the danger of a world nuclear Holocaust is ended, and then all of a sudden something like that could happen, and you never know. So, yeah, maybe. Let's go to the first time caller line. You're on the air. Good morning.
Morning, Art.
Hi. First name and where are you?
Duke, I'm in Ohio.
All right, Duke. It's going to be number 10 when you make it.
Okay. My prediction is that after a particularly deadly attack on a freighter off the coast of Somalia, an international force of international military force will launch massive strikes into Somalia and take out the bases of the Somali pirates.
Okay. Attack Somalia. Yeah, it's getting a little old, isn't it? These attacks by the pirates.
Yeah, and it's. I have a feeling that all it's going to take is one particularly deadly attack, or even worse, an RPG taking out a super freighter and creating an environmental disaster. And I think that will turn the tide, and there will be a massive strike, airstrike, and so forth.
I read this sort of joke thing about Somalia not very long ago. I don't know if you heard it, where there was like a cruise company that that would guarantee what they do is they'd cruise by Somalia fully armed, and you could get a gun, machine gun, or any kind of gun you wanted, and they would guarantee to cruise by the coast of Somalia as many times as it took to get some pirates to attack, and then you could shoot at them.
Yeah, I heard that too. I didn't realize it was a joke. I thought it was one of the.
No, it's a joke.
I'm serious. I remember hearing that too, and I remember thinking it was one of these extreme, tourist things.
It was funny. All right, so international force ends up attacking Somalia. That will be prediction number 10, and I thank you for making it.
Good night.
All right, good night. Yeah, it was funny. It was like you could rent a gun and as much ammo as you wanted, and if the pirates didn't attack, then they would turn up some music as loud as they could as they passed the coast of Somalia, and they guaranteed an attack or you get your money back. It was kind of funny. First time caller, no, not first time. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Art Bill, how are you?
I'm very well, and it sounds like you're using a regular corded phone.
No, I'm using a cordless phone, actually.
Yeah, I know, but you're on a regular telephone line, right?
Yes.
Bless you.
First of all, Happy New Year to you.
And you.
One day early. My prediction is that we will have the biggest one-year drop in the financial markets.
Oh, God.
That will be caused by a default of one or more states going bankrupt, basically. And I don't know, that's just what
California?
I see.
Think it'd be California?
I think California is the big one, yeah. So I have a feeling it's going to be caused by an upcoming catastrophe in the state that will be the final straw to break the camel's back, per se. So,
Okay.
But that's what I see.
It's certainly within the realm of possibility, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
Is California still issuing little pieces of paper to pay their state employees, or is that finished?
No, they're past that, but they're still doing work furlough. I think they're up to 3 days a month and promising more to come for state workers. So
yeah, it's pretty serious. No doubt about that. All right. I've got it, and it is duly recorded as number 11.
Okay.
Thanks,
you have
partner.
a good one. Thank
Take
you.
care. The whole financial thing is really, really scary. Now, I think a lot of people have the impression that the financial recession / depression, whatever it is worldwide. It's not here. It's not here in the Philippines. Now, I'm sure there's been some effect, but the banks here are as solid as a rock. Real estate prices continue to rise here and that sort of thing. So it's not worldwide. It depends on the country and the region. But here in the Philippines, it's relatively stable financially. In fact, there's GNP growth in the positive direction, not a lot of it, but a little bit in the positive direction as opposed to negative. So Americans sort of get the impression, I think, that this is worldwide. And it is affecting a lot of the world, certainly America, North America, Europe, to some degree South America. But Asia has not escaped. Certainly Japan has its problems. China is booming. And a number of other areas in Southeast Asia are doing rather well. So it's not the entire world. And sometimes when you're in the U.S., you don't sort of get news from the rest of the world. Wildcard Line, you're on the air. Good morning. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Where dost thou call?
We're on the road home to Oklahoma, Fort Sill.
Okay. And your first name?
Is Josie.
And Josie has a prediction for us.
My prediction is basically a mass awakening, so everyone's just kind of more accepting of the paranormal and the extraterrestrial and things like that.
Mass awakening.
Skeptical.
Yeah. But there would have to be an event that would precede that, some sort of event that would occur, I think, that would cause people to sort of awaken.
Well, I mean, I feel like since we're kind of approaching the ion belt, we're slowly becoming more psychically aware of things. I mean, like you look at TV shows, like there's more ghost shows on.
Mm-hmm.
Conspiracy shows, with
That's true.
Jesse Ventura and stuff. And so I think people are becoming more and more accepting of it, and they're less like, oh, that's just BS.
Okay. Well, I guess that could do it. All right. Thank you very much for the call. That's prediction number 12, a mass awakening. And I think that could happen, but I think that it would take more than just more TV shows about this. I think it would take some really, truly major event, and I would love to see it myself. And you never know. Maybe. Let's go to the international line, I think. You're on the air. Good morning. Where are you calling from? And first name, please.
Cornell, BC.
Okay.
My name is Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Hi.
Hi.
My prediction, one of your past guests, just like a few moments ago.
You mean callers?
Yes, yeah. He was talking about a few states going down, like major bankruptcy, because of a natural disaster.
At least one state.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the disaster.
Oh. Okay, Lori, what was it?
I dreamt it. A huge tidal wave, like a tsunami, coming over the entire West Coast.
Wow. Okay. The entire West Coast, huh?
Yes, from California up to Vancouver. And I think it's because we are living on the Ring of Fire.
Yes, you certainly are, as I am here.
Yeah.
I'm on a particularly hot part of the Ring of Fire.
You are so. Definitely.
All right. Well, that's a pretty doomsday-ish kind of prediction. Where do you think the earthquake would be? Any idea?
Well, it's going to be off the coast. I think it's going to be off the coast of Oregon.
Off the coast of Oregon. That's entirely possible. All right, Lori, that's now recorded as prediction number 13. A tsunami hits virtually the entire West Coast. Wow. All right, now we will go to the first-time caller line and say, yo-ho, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air. First name, please, and where are you?
My name is Miguel Cano, and I'm in Salinas, California.
Salinas, okay.
Yeah, my prediction is I actually had a dream that President Obama went on NBC on live TV announcing that aliens do exist, and then they had a feed with an alien, and he started talking to the whole world.
So Obama goes on TV and
Announces that aliens do exist.
wow. That would be quite a story, wouldn't it? And then to sort of bolster the whole thing, he would have an alien there to, I don't know, to show to everybody.
Yeah, and an alien actually talks to everybody on camera. I actually had that dream. It was pretty scary.
Was it a scary-looking alien, or was it,
Yeah.
Spielbergish?
No, he was kind of scary, green, like a normal green alien, but it seemed kind of scary. And he said that he was going to change the world. That they were going to change the world. So, yeah.
Did the alien speak English, or was there a translator?
It was English, but it was like a weird dialect, but it was translated, actually. I assume it was translated to every nation, but I was on my living room watching it with my family on NBC, like the national.
You sound like, Schwarzenegger?
No. It's more like those real aliens that our people get the sightings, I guess.
Okay. All right, got it. That's an interesting one. Okay, so the president goes on TV and says aliens really exist, and then actually produces an alien who's then interviewed. Something. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Art. What a privilege to be talking with you.
And to have you on the air. Your first name and where are you?
My name is Marcia, and I'm in California.
Okay, Marcia.
I just believe this really great thing is going to happen in 2010, and we're going to discover a new species.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give me some idea of what it would, new species, I mean, they discover new species all the time.
Yeah, well, this is going to be just one of these things where they're just going to go, oh, my goodness, this is just like too unreal. This is just like, it would be like between, the times that the dinosaurs went down and the man came up, it's just going to be one of those things, and it's going to be alive.
Well, it should be alive to be.
Yeah, it's not just a fossil.
Yeah, but I mean, is it going to be an intelligent species?
It's going to be something more than just like a one-celled animal. It's going to be something that they just think to themselves, how did we, they're going to say, why didn't we find this before? It's not going to be on Galapagos it's not going to be on the island where it's all isolated. It's just going to be something that comes along, and it's going to be a positive, wonderful thing for 2010.
Okay. That's very interesting. How did it came a dream?
I had this last year, and I couldn't get in. Yes, to me, it was just one of these things where I do a lot of out-of-body work. But this was one where I was just sitting there, and the movies are going on, and then I'm thinking to myself, oh, my gosh, something is going to happen really big. And then I thought that. Didn't see a vision, but it was in one of my times when I was meditating, and I was feeling very serene.
All right, got it. That's number 15. A new species will arrive. Better than one-celled, but apparently not fully intelligent, not threatening to us. She says it'll be a wonderful event. Predictions for the year 2010. That's what we're up to. From Manila in Southeast Asia and the Philippines, I'm Art Bell. We own the night. Hi, everybody. I'm Art Bell for George Norrie, who is taking the week off, I guess. I heard he's taking a week off, and that's nice. You certainly need it when you do the show every night of the week. We're doing predictions for 2010. 2010. Can you believe it already? 2010. Sarah in Fairbanks, Alaska. Hey, Sarah. Says, hey, Art, I'm going to suggest to the TSA, Transportation Agency, right, that they incorporate medical testing into their full-body scans. It'd be great to get a mammogram on the way to Mexico. Of course, they'd You'd probably want to get the results on the return flight. National Security / Obamacare. Not bad, Sarah. All right, reviewing a few more of 2009 predictions. Number 26, the end of March, unions fall. Bonk. Well, they didn't really, did they? And again, you can correct me on Fast Blast if I get these wrong. 27, major sports collapse in 2009. Now there's the Tiger Woods thing, but that's not a major, major personality in sports collapsing, sort of. Number 28, Russia flexes military might. Well, not really. No, bonk. Number 29, intention experiments return. Well, I'm going to tentatively bonk that. Certainly I haven't done them. I'm not sure how many George has or hasn't done, nor am I aware of any done worldwide. Number 30, high-profile person in tire accident. I'm not sure about that. Tentative bonk. There could have been a high-profile person who was in a tire accident. It wouldn't be unreasonable, so correct me if I'm wrong. I'm bonking until I hear otherwise. 31, California shakes in 09. Kind of a bonk, really. Nothing major. Number 32, the year of full disclosure on UFOs. We get that every year. Never happens. Bonk. Number 33, bloodbath on the Mexican border by April. Well, there's been a hell of a lot of trouble on the Mexican border, no doubt about that, but not bloodbath type, really. So kind of a bonk. 34, event disrupts transportation. Some kind of food trouble. Okay, well, that's a tentative bonk. Again, I could be wrong about some of these. 35, Earth movement, southwest coast of Australia. I think not. That's a bonk. Okay. And number 36, global leaders want global wage currency. Oh, my. No, that's a bonk. That certainly has not occurred. Okay, so we're up to number 36, and so far it's been abysmal, with only a couple of dings, really. So you see, maybe, let's see, how many dings? 1, 2, 3. 3 dings out of 36 so far. Pretty abysmal. Hopefully we're going to do better this year. In a moment, the predictive ability of all of you continues. Once again, back to predictions for 2010. Please make them from your psychic center, if possible. Don't just call to get on the air, because we're going to be reviewing these next year, so you've got a numbered prediction. I mean, you really want to make this count if you can, so don't do it lightly. Let's go to the international line and say, yo-ho, you're on the air. Hello? Going
Hello?
once? Yes, hello?
Yeah, this is Bob.
Yes, Bob.
I'm calling from London, Ontario. My God, I never thought I'd get through to you. I don't know how to do it. I'm a senior handicapped citizen. I'm sorry for talking so fast, but I'm scared.
Well, you did it. So, Bob, this is your chance. You can make prediction number 16.
Oh, my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. My dream came true. I prayed and prayed forever to get through to you, and I didn't know what number to call, so I had to press my cell phone on recorder to get your phone number, because I can't remember, because I got it.
Okay, Bob, it worked. You're on the air, so go ahead and make your prediction.
Well, you're Art, right?
Let me check.
You're George Bell, or
yep.
I'm just mixed up.
Okay, Bob, I need a prediction from you.
Okay. Now, I just started going to church, okay? And I do predict, and I know for a fact in 2010 that a lot of people that are handicapped like me are going to get out of these wheelchairs and walk. Okay. For some reason, I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Well, that would be a miracle.
But I get that feeling because I went up to the altar, and the pastor put his hand on my forehead, and I fell to my knees, and the Holy Ghost entered my body. I really believe that my back is going to be healed, and all the people that are in wheelchairs, if they truly believe, they're going to be healed in 2000.
A question for you, Bob. When he put his hand on you and did the healing, did you get up and walk?
Yes, I did.
You did. Okay.
Yes, I did.
Well, you certainly can't beat that. So,
I
okay,
believe
buddy.
this is 2010, the millennium. It's going to happen. I know it.
Okay, well, that would bring a lot of people back to religion. There's no question about it. I mean, people getting up out of wheelchairs and suddenly walking, it would be a miracle that I think a lot of people worldwide could look at and suddenly begin to believe. You know, you've got to sometimes wonder in modern times why we don't have a miracle like that, a worldwide miracle. Wouldn't it have been amazing to be alive? I guess my greatest wish for time travel, for something that I could do that would be in the paranormal realm, would be to return to the time of Christ, to be able to see some of this for myself, and to see some of the miracles that are documented in the Bible. And that would make believing so easy. I'm kind of on the side of science. I'm not a disbeliever, but I am kind of a scientist, and for somebody deeply embedded in science, it makes faith a difficult thing. So to be able to actually go back and see it would be amazing. Or, barring that, to have a modern worldwide miracle that could suddenly restore faith for so many people would be just absolutely incredible. All right, to the first-time caller line, you are on the air. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir. Name and place of calling.
This is Bill from Afton, New York, upstate New York.
Okay, Bill. Prediction number 17 awaits you.
Okay, it's a pleasure to talk to you. My prediction is that sometime in the springtime, which would be between March 21st and June 21st, a tornado outbreak will happen in the United States that will surpass the super outbreak of 1974.
Wow.
Of 148 tornadoes in 2 days.
You know, it's entirely possible. It really is. With global warming and the collision of hot and cold air that we always get in the Midwest in the springtime, starting in the South and then moving up toward the Midwest part of the country.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Well, they say that an event like that it's possible that it could happen every 100 years or so, 100-year storm, but you never know.
Well, I sure hope not, but it's entirely possible. Okay, bud, thanks for the call, and the prediction, it is recorded as number 17. That would be actually, I guess, the most modern recording of big tornadoes in history. So, hope not. But that one really is in the realm of possibility. All right, let's go to a wild card line. Say hi. You're on the air.
Hi, Art. How are you?
I'm just fine. Your first name and place.
My name is Joe. I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right.
I have a prediction for 2010.
Of course.
I always have crazy dreams. I'm not no expert at dreams. I've always been a prolific dreamer. And anytime I go to bed at night with a question, I always get answered. I was just listening to Past Coast to Coast. I can't remember who the guest was, but they were talking about ghosts and how a lot of times ghosts don't realize it when they're dead. And I went to bed that night wondering, how can you not realize you're dead? And I got my answer. I ain't going to get into the details of how that dream happened, but I just know now. But last night when I went to bed, I said, I want a prediction for 2010. And I got my dream, and it scared me, and I hope I get a bonk on this next year. But, I hate to
write down?
What's that?
What should I write down?
Well, I hate to sound cliche, but I dreamt of a terrorist attack. But this ain't going to be like with planes or transportation or anything like that. This is going to be something where in my dream, I just dreamt quite a large number of terrorists somehow getting into the country. I don't know how. And they just go to some populated area with some large crown, and they just start shooting everywhere with automatic guns in there. I don't know. That's what I dreamt last night. Like I said, I hope I get a bonk on there.
Well, I hope you do too. It's number 18. I think it's entirely possible. As I said, I kind of think that what is going to happen is that there are going to be fewer of the very large 9/11 kind of attacks, and that we're going to get more of the smaller, mall kind of attacks where you have people with automatic weapons, that sort of thing. And a lot of people wonder why that actually has not yet occurred. Well, anyway, that's prediction number 18. Okay, to our, let's make it east of the Rockies. You're on the air. Hello, turn your radio off, please.
Yes, turn the radio down. Yes, I'm calling from Charlottesville, Virginia. This is Scott. Listen to you on WCHV.
Yes, sir.
And my prediction is...
Radio off. Wait. Radio off.
Is that better?
Yeah, just turn it off. Yeah, that's better when it's off. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I have a prediction for you, Art. And it is that this coming year, a specific reason why the bees are dying off will be disclosed. And that disclosure will impact certain world markets.
Do you have any idea why the bees are dying off?
I wish I did, but I don't. I think it's sad. But I don't have any idea.
It is sad. Mm-hmm. In fact, it's been one of those stories where I haven't heard a whole lot about it lately. Have you?
Well, no, I haven't heard anything about it all for the past couple of months.
I mean, we don't even really know how many bees at this point, percentage-wise, have died.
I know that it's impacted a lot of beekeepers in the United States and worldwide.
Mm-hmm, no doubt. Okay, well, that would be fascinating. Number 19, the reason for the bee die-off is suddenly found. And I wonder what it is. They've looked at this every way but Sunday and haven't really found the reason yet. So, sure, that's a very interesting prediction. So we are getting some interesting predictions this year. And every year I do it, I say, please, make it from your psychic center. Not something you want, not some political something or another, but something you really think is going to happen in 2010. It gives us a better chance of having a good year. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, Art Bell. Hi. My name is Archimedes. And I believe that there'll be new volcanoes erupting in the United States and around the world.
Really?
Yeah.
So, in the U.S. and world. Huh. So the Ring of Fire gets bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. We've got a pretty good volcano underway here in the Philippines right now.
Yeah, there's one going off in San Francisco, too.
A volcano in San Francisco?
San Francisco Bay.
Oh. They also found one out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, actually underwater. I'm sure you saw some of the pictures of it. It was amazing. Just absolutely an amazing.
And that's just the hint of the sign of what's to come. I believe in 2010, we're going to have serious earthquakes due to volcanoes erupting.
All right, got it. Thank you very much. Prediction number 20 is what it is. And that really is entirely possible because the Ring of Fire has become very active. No question. Ring of Fire, very, very active. I've been so tempted to drive down to the thing is about 10 hours of driving to get down to the Mayan volcano. And I know there are already people going down there, and I don't want to be adding to the congestion and trouble down there, but I'd love to see it. I've got a high-definition camera, and it's so tempting. But, I know there's plenty of people sitting down there with high-def cameras waiting for something to happen to capture it, so... I've been tempted. I'll be almost packed up the car and several times headed toward the Mayan volcano. First, no, this would be, let's see, what would this be? This would be west of the Rockies. You're on the air. Hi.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, hi, Art.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't have these. Oh, Steve from Albuquerque.
Yes, Steve.
I don't have these very often, but once in a while I do. I had a dream
that one of the Hall of Records that was spoken by Edgar Casey,
Yes.
would be found in the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Yes, it really freaked me out because I do a lot of studying for the Native American tribes, and one of my theories is the Mayans, the Lakota Sioux is one of the descendants of some of the Mayan civilizations.
Right.
And
So a Hall of Records found in the Grand Canyon.
yeah, and I keep visualizing. It's hard to explain because it's not like a video. You know, you see things. It just, I just can't explain it. I just, it's either in a cave or I think they're doing some repair further up the Grand Canyon. You know, up the northern part.
No,
They're
you're doing
some-
very, very well. It's an extremely interesting prediction. So thank you very much. And it would be is recorded as number 21. Wow. Hall of Records. We are getting some rather different sort of predictions this year. And I'm very much enjoying that. So thank you. Let's go to, let's see, where are we going? Let's go to the wildcard line again. We have a bunch of those, so you're on the air.
I'm on the air now?
You are indeed.
Hey, how are you, Art?
I'm quite well, sir, and yourself?
Very good. I have a prediction for you, and I do not want this to be like you think I'm stealing from you, like plagiarism or anything, but I think there's going to be a superstorm, but nothing like your book. I think it's going to be like a hurricane or a typhoon that doesn't quit. It's going to just keep going.
That's an interesting prediction, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is it's going to like break all the laws of climatology. Might go over land, regather, continue, cross the equator, something along those lines.
Well, that would actually break some of the laws of physics. If, for example, a typhoon or a hurricane hit land, substantial land, and were to keep growing, it would break the laws of physics because a typhoon or a hurricane needs the moisture to continue. So how would that happen?
Well, you've had James McKinney on before in the past, Professor James McKinney. Yes. And I kind of believe what he says, that it's really not generated by heat over the ocean. I think it's more to do with energy patterns, from the sun or something like that. So I got a feeling that there's going to be a monster typhoon, possibly a hurricane. It's going to, weaken a little bit over land, but not stop. And maybe it gets stalled in some area and keep going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay, that's another fascinating prediction. We're having a really good bunch of predictions. All right, thank you very much. That's number 22. So a storm misbehaves in some way. In other words, it just keeps growing, even though it hits land. That's a fascinating. These really are pretty good predictions. Congratulations, particularly on the first hour. It's gone very well indeed. We are predicting for the year 2010 immediately ahead from Manila in the Philippines. I'm Art Bell. Here I am. Good day, everybody. How you doing? Or good night or afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. I am following the instructions of many fast blasters who want me to correct prediction number 33, a bloodbath on the Mexican border by April. All right. I'll give that a ding instead of a bonk because I know there was a lot of trouble on the Mexican border. It continues, in fact, and enough of you felt that there was enough of it to justify a ding, and therefore number 33 is a ding, improving the average at least a little tiny bit. Not a very good year last year for this year. Number 37, stock market under 7,000 and car companies crash. I'm going to give that a ding. I don't know that it specifically got below 7,000. I can't remember what the low was, but what I do recall is that the car companies crashed. That's fair to say. Number 38, July 24th will bring world peace. Sorry, that's a bonk. Number 39, North America Union declared this year. Bonk. No, Didn't happen. Number 40, hotel fire, a high-rise with a high loss of life. That also, thankfully, is a bonk. And number 41, a blimp will crash. And as far as I know, that's a bonk. And again, if I get these wrong, I'll look at number 42. That's such an easy bonk. U.S. government overthrown. That's definitely a bonk. All right, well, I'll stop there. In a moment, we will continue with predictions for the year 2010. And listen to me now. These need to come from your psychic center, not political hopes, hates, wishes, whatever, but real predictions for the year 2010. Only one prediction per caller, only one caller for the 2 days. No predictions of political assassination, please. Predictions only on air, and they're numbered. No email, no fast blast predictions, and it's all done with open lines. In other words, just call and let it ring. I will answer, and that way you're not charged for, for trying, as you would be if you're put on hold. So that's the deal. Predictions for 2010. We continue in a moment. As I do every year, I would like to register a complaint about cell phones. Now, while I personally own a cell phone and actually like them, I really want to complain. And here is my complaint. They sound like crap. Most cell phones really sound crappy, and it need not be that way. Here's what I would like to request of the cell phone industry. As a talk show host and one who takes calls on the air and has to put up with these cell phones, and I understand that the world is converting to cell phone use, I would like to request that the cell phone companies to try to lobby the government for more spectrum availability. Now, let me explain what this means. Right now, they have so little spectrum available that they make the signal very narrow. Let's see if I can get you to understand this. The signal is very narrow. It's digital, of course, but very narrow. And it would be possible for cell phone companies to, with more bandwidth, to make the cell phones actually sound good. Just about as good as a real connected line-type telephone. So since the world truly is converting to cell phone use, let's make more spectrum available, and let's have the companies not be so stingy with the amount of bandwidth that they assign to a cell phone call. Now, if you would do that, they would suddenly sound good. And I'll just bet you, instead of being able to hear a pin drop, sort of with a fuzzy little, you'd actually hear a pin drop. So that's my hope and my wish, that cell phone companies would get more bandwidth and would use it so that the calls actually sound good. That would take cooperation of the cell phone companies and the various governments, and it could be cell phones could sound good. So there you have it. First time caller line, you are on the air. Hello.
Hello.
First name, if you would, and where you are.
Janessa in Modesto.
In Modesto. Janessa in Modesto. Okay, your prediction will be number 23.
Terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear it?
I do.
Okay. I predict the River Ganges is going to slow to almost a trickle, and there'll be vast areas of India where people will be reporting sterility.
Sterility?
Yes. Unexplained.
Triple. Okay. By the way, you're a perfect example of a cell phone call. You can hear a little... Yeah. Anyway, I do appreciate your call and your prediction, and it is duly recorded as number 23. Thank you very much. Let's move to a wild card line. You're on the air. Hi.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
Just fine.
I'm using I'll keep it anonymous, what kind of phone I'm using.
It is a good phone. It's not a cell phone, right?
It is a cell phone. I am so surprised you said that.
Is it really?
Yes, it is, sir, and it's one of the cheapest kind you can buy.
Oh,
it is
man.
the cheapest kind you can buy.
It gets 5 stars, whatever it is.
Right on there. I appreciate that, Art. Art, thanks for taking my call. We're still doing the predictions, right?
Oh, absolutely. Just getting underway, really.
All right. I have a prediction that I guess, I'm not sure if he's a producer, but the show UFO Hunters with Bill Burns will develop a sister show or maybe an additional live segment. I'm not sure which it is. And what it'll do is people will call in live like they are doing on your show, Coast to Coast, with their direct UFO stories, and they will, take them as they hear them and investigate them, whether or not they think they should be or not. But it'll add a new flavor to the show, and I absolutely love that show. I do believe they're stepping on toes because they're playing the show differently, not as continuous as they used to. So I do suspect that they're getting bullied, but as a result, I think they will get extra funding, and they will, for 2010, they will have a new segment, a live segment, or possibly just a sister show.
Okay. All right. Very good prediction. Number 24. I don't know if it's very good, but it's interesting. Develops a new segment, UFO Hunters. That was a fairly decent cell phone. Most of them are not. I guess some are a little bit better than others, but as a general rule, as I said, they're allocated very little bandwidth, and they're digital and squeezed, and that's what makes them sound that way. If they give them more bandwidth, then the competition could begin. And, companies could start to say, ours sound better. Not that they, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, yeah, I hear you, but you sound like you're underwater or something. I guess I better not say anymore. I've got a grudge against the whole industry. Hello there. Wildcard Line, you're on the air.
Hello, Art. Happy New Year's.
Thank you.
I have a quick prediction for you.
Okay.
I have a feeling that come this summer, we're going to have a major earthquake in California. I believe it will be a 7.3 at least, and it will create a tsunami that an earlier caller was referring to, all the way up the West Coast.
Okay, but it'll be in California.
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm Miss Cynthia from Winnipeg, Canada. Very cold. Oh. And I would like to just say happy birthday, Sir Russell. I love you. And Art, I have listened to you for 15 years, and I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to hear your voice in person.
Thank you so very much, and it's a pleasure to hear you as well. That's prediction number 25. Major earthquake, actually named as a 7.3 in California, certainly possible. Okay, first-time caller line, you're on the air. Hello. Extinguish thy radio, please.
I'm going to do that right now.
Okay. And your first name and location.
I am in Pahrump, Nevada. And
Are you
name
really?
Yes, I am. I live right down the street from you, where we used to live. But I have a prediction that, it's kind of interesting. It's going to be the rediscovery of the Hollow Earth North Polar entrance by September of next year.
A rediscovery of Hollow Earth entrance. Wow.
North Polar ocean. The one that Admiral Byrd flew into in 1947.
Do you really think the world is hollow?
Yes, it is. Would you like me to tell you why?
Well, yeah, sure. I'm curious why.
Well, I was stationed at Area 51 when I was in the Air Force, and for 11 and a half years. And I read Admiral Byrd's diary, his one supposedly that was missing, but this one here was the original. And I read it, and I read the message that was given to him by the Arianians of the Hollow Earth, of the city of Eden. And also, when I was back when I was in the Air Force, just before I got out, I was up in the Arctic doing on my last mission, flying, and between 25 and 30,000 feet above the Arctic Circle.
What were you flying? What kind of?
Well, it was a prop aircraft. It was a like a C-119, and so we were flying, and we noticed that our instruments started spinning. And my other airman on the aircraft has said, "Come look out this window. See, look at this." I looked out the port side window, and I look down, and I see an opening in the Arctic Ocean. And we see what looks like, and I hesitate in saying it, but we look like two flying lizards, quite large.
Excuse me, flying lizards?
Or reptiles of some sort. Maybe pterodactyls or whatever. There was two of them. And then we saw, something else caught our vision, and we looked and we saw a formation of 6 glowing dish-shaped craft going in and out of this opening. So, yeah, we believe we know it's there. We just, have to prove it and rediscover it. And I know it's going to happen by September of next year.
Well, I mean, surely the entire Earth is not hollow because, I mean, we've drilled down pretty far. I mean, not real far, but pretty far.
The point being is
pretty solid.
The center of gravity is located 400 miles into the Earth's crust. Mm-hmm. Once you get past that point, then the temperature starts dropping, and as you get toward the center, this inner surface of the Earth.
That's a fascinating concept. All right, it is prediction number 26, rediscovery of the hollow Earth entrance. Wouldn't that be something? That's been another, as you know, I've always been fascinated with holes and the possibility of something that would go into the Earth. Not that I would do it, mind you, but it is fascinating. All right, onward to, let's make it west of the Rockies, I guess. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hello, Art. Very good to talk to you again.
And to you as well, sir. Your first name and where beeth you?
Wow, my name is Brian, and I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas. Very close to Pahrump, which is a place I maintain my homes there as well.
We sure do miss you. We sure miss having you close by.
Well, thank you.
My prediction is more of a spiritual nature. We've heard a lot of doom and gloom predictions.
It's true.
But I believe strongly in the year 2010. My prediction is that a lot of people are going to look within to find their spiritual awakening, and they're not going to be so stressed out about end of the world, and it's gonna start to see a turnaround of world events because the last few years people are panicking, and that's causing a lot of world crises. Countries not trusting each other, but it's going to take.
Well, somebody predicted something very similar a little while ago, and I asked the same question I'll ask of you. It seems to me to have this kind of spiritual awakening, there would have to be some truly incredible event that would cause people to begin to wake up, or you think it just would happen naturally?
Well, I'm a strong believer in that our angels are personal, individual guiding angels are able to break barriers to reach us, and usually in times of great distress, we reach more to like spiritual things like God, religion, prayer, and that's when we can hear our angels, and they'll be able to communicate much more efficiently with us.
All right. Prediction number 27, again, a spiritual awakening. And that is a good prediction. Everybody can hope such a thing would happen. Let's see. Let's go. What would this be? See, I don't have these labeled. I see them ringing, but I don't have them labeled, so I have to kind of take a shot. We'll go west of the Rockies and say, top of the morning, you're on the air.
Hi, Art. My God, what a thrill to be able to get through to you. I just got my radio turned down, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, your name and where are you?
I'm Richard, and I'm in Santa Barbara, California.
Excellent. Okay, I await your prediction.
You're going to like this one. It's basically going to be a real interesting effect on the political system. There's going to be a group of people that are going to come out of nowhere, and they're basically going to volunteer to take a lie detector test on a regular basis in order to give us peace of mind, and these people are going to go zooming right into office. We're going to have basically a whole new government full of honest people by 2012, and it starts in 2010 with the elections coming up, because there's going to be a lot of honest people that are going to give us peace of mind by saying, you know what, I'll take a lie detector test. I know they're not 100% reliable, but neither are congressmen and senators. If 2 to 10% of the population can fool a lie detector, all that means would be that 2 to 10% of the population, the Congress and the Senate would be able to put one over on us. I mean, the oath of office, and I got this dream, about 15,
It's
20
pretty
years
cool,
ago.
really.
Pardon?
I said it's pretty cool, really. In other words, a group of people come forward as would-be politicians, and I guess we call them the lie detector party or something, right?
The honesty party or something like that. What they're doing is they're willing to go ahead and demonstrate to us that they're going to be honest, and that'll give us peace of mind, and they'll just walk over the other guys, because what are the other guys going to say? Well, what reason? We don't need to take a lie detector test. Those things are very accurate. I wish you would do a show about those things.
How many? What percentage of current politicians, sir, do you think would submit to a lie detector test now?
Well, probably maybe like 10. But the thing is, look at the questions we can ask.
Listen, we're at a break point. I got to go, but I love your idea. It's prediction number 28. Let it come, the lie detector party. Oh, hey, I might join that one. Good morning. I'm Art Bell. Here I am, the lie detector party. I love it. That's prediction number 28. It's been a good bunch of predictions. I don't think it'll happen, but it's a hell of an idea if you think about a lie detector party. That's really good. All right, we're doing predictions for 2010. And again, I want these from your psychic center, all right? Not political loves, hopes, hates, whatever. Just something that you psychically really think will happen so that we have a good chance for a good year. Only one prediction per caller per show, or for the two shows involved in doing the predictions for next year. No predictions of political assassination, thank you very much. Predictions only on the air, meaning no fast blast predictions. Now, you're welcome to fast blast me. Go to coasttocoastam.com. You can send a fast blast, but not a prediction. Only numbered predictions actually taken on the air. That way there's no hanky-panky, and it's all open lines, no call screener. So that's the way we're doing it, and do it again. We will in a moment. All right, back to the prediction business. Let's see. First-time caller line, you're on the air.
Yes, Art. One of the
You truly are a first-time caller, right? You've never called before.
No. One of our military personnel in Afghanistan is going to steal a body of one of the terrorists there after a terrorist attack and bury the body in a pigskin. It's going to become well known, and terrorism is going to drop off, and another soldier is going to do the same thing. And it's just going to stop the terrorists dead in their tracks because they won't get their 77 virgins. And they're going to get the idea because in the turn of the century, the American soldiers...
I think it was 72 virgins, maybe?
Yeah, well, they did the same thing in the Philippines back at the turn of the last century. And it's going to happen. And it's going to happen before next summer.
All right. Duly recorded as prediction number 29. All right. Thank you. It was 72, right? 72 virgins. Wild card line, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, this is Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
California.
Okay.
Am I on there?
Oh, you're on the air, Tommy. There's no screener. You're on the air.
Okay. Hey, all right. Oh, it's good. By the way, it's good hearing you again. I really love to listen to you. But what I wanted to predict was in 2010, whatever is supposed to happen by that Mayan calendar in 2012 will happen in 2010 because I truly believe that our calendar runs 2 years behind the Mayan calendar. Let me see. And in essence, next year is actually 2012 by the Mayan calendar. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. What do you think, just a matter of curiosity, will actually happen as a result of the Mayan calendar date coming up?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I've heard so many different stories, but the one that really stuck to me, I heard a lady speaking on you guys' show, and she said it was going to be a dimensional shift, shift. You know, in other words, when the Earth supposedly have a polar shift, it was actually going to be a dimensional shift, and the people, all of the for say good people, were gonna that that were pure in heart and everything. They're going to transfer over to the new Earth, and the people that's evil and bad and warmongers and stuff like that, they were going to remain here and suffer the wrath of God. And
let me ask you a quick question, just requiring a guess from you. It sounds an awful lot like a rapture, sort of a dimensional rapture. So, what percent of the people do you think would remain here in the war-ravaged world?
Probably about, I would say about 85%.
85%. So only 15% going to the new dimension. All right, I've got it. Prediction number 30. A rapture-like prediction. 2012 actually occurs in 2010. And all the good people, at least 15%, go on to the new dimensional setup on Earth. International line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art. How you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
I have a prediction. I'm from Costa Mesa. My name's Vernon. And I have a prediction for volcanoes in the Mojave Desert. It's going to erupt between September, October, and November of 2010.
Any idea where in the Mojave Desert?
I think it's going to be that one that's off the Interstate 40. Amboy.
Boy, that would surprise a lot of people.
I've been noticing a lot of earthquakes in that area on my Seismo watch on the computer, and I just have a feeling that it's a waking up.
Boy, that would be something. All right, prediction number 31, volcano in the Mojave Desert would surprise an awful lot of people, but you never know. I've got to say, and I will say again, we're getting a lot of very, very interesting predictions for the year 2010. Really is kind of unusual this year, a little bit different than it's been. So you guys are being good. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hello. Hi. Extinguish your radio, give us your first name, and tell us where you're calling from.
My name is Leonard Osborne, or my name is Leonard.
No. Leonard?
Yes.
Yes. Where are you, Leonard?
I am in Eugene, Oregon.
Okie dokie. And you have a prediction, no doubt, for the coming year?
A prediction? Yeah, I hope so. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I thought this is the wild card line.
It is.
Yeah. So I was under the assumption, not assumption, but I was under the impression that this was just a wild card line I could call in. I really just have a question. You sound like Art Bell.
Oh, well, really? Yeah, well, there's a reason for that. And anyway, you have a question only. So, okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
What's your question?
I'm 26 years old right now.
That's a statement.
I do. Okay. I'm 26 years old right now. I had an experience when I was 7 years old while my sister had a paper route, okay? and I never questioned it until last year. I'm not lying. I've heard a lot of stuff on the show.
I don't think you're lying. No.
Okay, well, if I heard this before
I mean,
this happened,
wait a minute, sir. See, this is a prediction show.
I know. I've sent you an email just trying to get help before, and I never got a response. And I just contacted a counselor of mine that I used to have when I was really young, and I haven't heard back from him since. And
did you insult him or something?
what's that? No, absolutely not. I'm not that type of individual, and if I did, I would apologize for it. So
I see.
Mhm.
Well, listen, I appreciate your call, but you're calling during a prediction show, and we're not taking. And I never did hear a question, so we'll just move on. First time caller line, you are on the air. Good morning.
Oh, wow. I'm on already?
You're on
Okay.
the air, yes. Henry.
Wow, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm talking to you. Okay, let me turn on my radio. Okay, my prediction is that I think within a few weeks of the new year that there's going to be chaos in the United States. I think there's going to be I'm predicting a major either terrorist or war is gonna unfold, and oil's gonna go up, and it's gonna totally shut down our economy, and it's gonna happen really quickly within the next month.
Wow, that's pretty severe.
Yeah.
So, terrorist action or possibly war. Who would you imagine we would have the war with?
Well, you know that one caller you had that said a bunch of terrorist activities in the United States, like shooting. I believe that is a possibility. I think it's going to happen when we attack Iran or when Israel hits Iran. This is when it's all going to start unraveling.
Certainly is possible. All right. Chaos in the U.S. and this in the first weeks of the new year, and possibly some sort of war, albeit the ongoing terrorist war. You know, I do a lot of flying, and I've been to Guam, a couple times in the last few months, that kind of thing, and now that we've had Fancy Pants Bomber, it's getting so miserable to fly. It's hard to imagine what they can do next. I guess the full body scan is going to be what's next, but I don't know. Any more of this, and there's going to be a full cavity search or something before you can fly in a plane. Anybody remember the old days? It was so cool. Yeah, you went through one metal detector, and that maybe was it. And flying was fun. Now, that's what the terrorists have done. They've absolutely ruined. They've ruined flying. They've just ruined it. It's not fun anymore. And what's the new regulation that you can't get out of your seats last hour of the flight or something? And they're going to have the full body scans, and it's hard to imagine what else they can do. Stupid terrorists. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hi.
This is Orion from Indiana.
Yes.
My prediction is that Planet X will become completely visible for all to see, and that will maybe be the thing that brings the enlightenment to everybody.
People have been predicting Planet X for so long now.
I think it might coordinate with the Hopi elders coming out and explaining some of it.
No, it might. You never know. So Planet X becomes visible, and that sort of wakes everybody up. Okay, well, it would certainly do that. Imagine looking up, and instead of seeing the sun or the moon, depending on the time of day, you see this giant looming planet. I guess by the time you saw it, it would be so affecting the orbit and so much more of the Earth that it would be pretty much end times anyway. Okay, let's go east of the Rockies and say you're on the air.
Hey, Art.
Hey.
You're not going to like this one.
Well, there's a lot of them I don't like, but, I live with it.
I'm going to have to predict that in the year 2010, we're going to find out that the terrorists and the CIA, well, all the government officials are going to all be working together for the New World Order.
The terrorists and CIA work
They're
together?
working together.
That would be... Well, that would be a backbreaker for the government now, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know so much about that because the government is all into this.
All right.
Going to
Well,
go
I
to
put it
martial law.
down.
That's going to give them the reason for the martial law. That's the only reason we're having the terrorist attacks that we have now.
Is that martial law with the suspension of habeas corpus and all the rest of it?
Right.
All right, pretty awful prediction. Number 34, terrorists and the CIA are seen working together, and we have the New World Order. Prediction number 34. Okay, let's see, that was east. Let's go west of the Rockies. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, my name is Melanie. I'm from Las Vegas, and I have a prediction. Okay, so you know how there's more gay people right now, homosexual people right now, than are admitting it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that within the next, couple months, like March or April, there's going to be a lot more people coming out, right? Like, an extreme amount. This is what I think, like 2/3 of the population, at least in America. And because of this...
Wait a minute. 2/3 of the population?
I don't know if... that's what I'm getting. I don't think it's going to be that much, but that's what I'm getting.
That would be incredible. I mean, even the biggest estimates think only about 15%, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know. But I don't know how viable that is, but what I do think is that, however many people start coming out, it'll be a big deal. And because of this, there's going to be a huge resurgence in violence towards homosexuals, not just in the South, but yeah, I think it's going to be a ton of people are going to getting hurt. I am, but I'm bisexual, but yeah.
Okay. So. You know what shocked me, and it really does shock me, that they now are allowing same-sex marriages in Mexico City, and that's just amazing. I mean, that's a predominantly Catholic country, and for them to have done that just blew me away.
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't think that this would happen, because it seems like everything's becoming so much more accepting. But I think that it won't be the government necessarily that'll be anti-gay or whatever. It's going to be like the population, the masses. You know.
Yeah. All right. Very interesting prediction. We'll see if it comes true.
Thank you. Bye.
Right, number 35. I'll tell you, here in the Philippines, which I believe is 87% Catholic, it's a very, very Catholic country, the number of gay people here seems to be astronomical. There are so many gays here in the Philippines. And what is amazing, and I'm scratching my head over it, is that they are accepted without the blink of an eye. Now, how does that happen in such a Catholic country? I don't get it. This is a young country that I'm in. The average age here, I think, is about 22 years old. That's a nationwide average. So it's a very young country. And there seem to be an astronomical number of gay people here, which is, and as I mentioned, nobody blinks an eye. Nobody blinks an eye here. You don't hear of violence against gays here. You don't hear of any problem whatsoever. It's a head scratcher. Okay, to the wild card line. You're on the air. Good morning.
Art, this is Simon. Happy New Year to you.
Hey, Simon.
And bless your Asia. And I bet, not to make a prediction, but I think Asia is going to be a swimmer. And God bless your kitties.
Oh, well, we've got a big Olympic-sized swimming pool here and a children's pool, and she's down in it just about every day. She's such a cutie.
She'll be doing flip turns.
Let me tell
Okay,
you, before she left today, she came in here and gave me a kiss and said, "Good luck, Daddy."
All right. Here's my prediction, and I'm going to ask you to have it as a rolling because it might not be this year, but it's going to happen. Boston is going to get hit with the big one, the big hurricane, and what'll have to happen, it's got to be the Yankees, the Patriots, and the Red Sox will all be in Boston when this hits. This could be worse than Katrina, but I dreamt, and I don't think the loss of life will be too bad. Go figure, but it will happen.
Huh. Boston hit by a...
What's that?
Boston hit by a big hurricane.
Boston gets the big hurricane, probably with a girl's name, and if you could have it as a rollie, I hope it's bonk, bonk, bonk each year, but it's going to come, and it'll have to be the perfect storm with the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Patriots in Boston.
Got it. All right. Prediction number 36. A lot of baseball going on, and Boston gets hit by a big hurricane. Interesting. Wow. Another wild card line. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, this is Ian calling from Glens Falls, New York. Okay. Yeah, I called a couple of years ago, and you really got me. I asked if you smoked on there, and you were like, "What's your Social Security number?" and stuff. But my prediction is that Obama is going to look to use hemp as an industry and be more lenient on that to create jobs in the United States.
All right. So the president moves toward the legalization nationwide, I guess, of marijuana, an industry that would bring $500 billion to the economy. I'm Art Bell. That's where I am, all right. Manila, Philippines, other side of the world. For most of you, it is and continues to be an absolutely amazing feat that Premier Radio is able to accomplish to bring... To allow me to sit here on the other side of the world and do a long-form talk show, it's astounding. Really, truly astounding. All right, let's look at a few more of the predictions made last year for this year. Number 43, George Norrie marries this year, and that's a bonk. That's a bonk, although the year's not quite done yet. You never know. Number 44, in Phoenix, a rain gauge measures 0.8 of an inch or more 5 times during that year. I have no way of knowing whether that's true or not. I'm going to just put a question mark by that. Maybe somebody in Phoenix can tell me. Number 45, artificial manipulation of oil prices. Well, I'm going to give that a ding. I